Hello and welcome to Automophiliac. Today we're going to do a video that's a little different. The other day, I was searching through some of my old car magazines and auto show pamphlets looking for inspiration for my next video when I happened across a relic from my past. An old issue of Old Car Trader from March of 2001 that I bought on a March break trip to Georgia I was on with my family when I was in grade 11. As I examined this ancient tome, I noticed a lot of really great cars that I would definitely like to have if I had money and storage space, which I definitely don't. I also noticed the prices, which quite frankly took my breath away in some instances. So I thought it would be an interesting exercise to share a few of these ads with you and compare them to present day ads for similar cars, and maybe you'll be just as shocked as I was. So what we're going to do is pick one classic car from each of the big three. In this case, we'll look at a 1970 Chevelle SS, a 1968 Charger RT 440, and a 1967 Shelby GT 500. First, we'll look at the current ad from 2021 and then compare the asking price in that ad to an ad for a similar vehicle from 2001. First up, let's start with the 1970 Chevelle. The ad from 2021 was found on ClassicCars.com and is being sold by Central Kentucky Classic Cars in Paris, Kentucky. This is a really nice looking example in green mist with white stripes, featuring a 396 under a Cal induction hood backed by an automatic transmission. Mileage sits at 48,877. The asking price for this car is $79,500. Now, let's go back to 2001. We have a similar 1970 Chevelle SS with a numbers matching 396 automatic with Cal induction. This one is finished in desert sand metallic and appears to have a vinyl roof option, but it's really hard to tell for sure on a 20-year-old black and white pic. What we can know for sure is the asking price, which is a scant $19,998, which is about 1/4 the price of the 2021 ad. Next up, let's look at an ad from 2021 for a 1968 Dodge Charger RT 440. This one was also found on ClassicCars.com and has been listed by a private seller. This Charger is a beautiful black-on-black car with a 440 and an automatic transmission. The listing says the car was restored about 20 years ago, which is pretty fitting given the theme of this video. And even though it's an older restoration, the ad says it's held up well, and judging by the pictures provided in the ad, I have no reason to doubt it. The asking price, $82,000. Now, we'll travel back in time to when this car was being restored and look at an ad for a 1968 Charger RT 440 from 2001. Here we have a fully restored, numbers matching red on black car. Seems pretty loaded with power brakes, gauge package, power windows, and AC. Compared to the 2021 car, this one also has a vinyl top and a factory-style 6-pack intake. Other than that, it appears to have very similar options. Only this car is again about 1/4 the price when compared to 2021 at $19,998, which was the same price as the Chevelle. So if you're keeping score at home, we've done 2 out of the 3 big 3. So now we'll jump over to Ford and look at my favorite Shelby, the 1967 GT 500. Our 2021 ad comes once again from ClassicCars.com and is being sold by Dynamic Motorsports out of Garland, Texas. This Shelby comes in dark blue metallic with the iconic full-body double white stripe treatment. You also have your standard dual quad 428 backed by a top-loader 4-speed. This is one awesome car, and for the privilege of owning it, the dealer requests a cool $189,000. But back in 2001, it's a bit of a different story. Here we have a similar looking car in terms of color, but not a lot of information otherwise. However, it is listed as registered in the Shelby Register as number 20,396, so we're likely looking at the real thing. What really drew my eye though was the price, $45,000. Once again, about 1/4 the price versus 2021. Other than just looking at the price differences, I found a couple of interesting takeaways from this exercise. One, a few cars that I like appear to be about 4 times as expensive today as they were 20 years ago. And according to USinflationcalculator.com, that's 8 times greater than the inflation rate over the same period. 55% inflation versus a 400% increase in the value of the cars. And two, I really discovered that we're basically spoiled today when it comes to car ads. 20 years ago, there weren't a lot of online ads that featured dozens or sometimes even hundreds of pics of the cars and lengthy write-ups on condition and history. Back then, we often had to go on a single small black and white picture with a couple of lines of text. It really is a great time to be alive if you like to browse. It's also a great time to be alive if you're restoring a car, because a car ad with a lot of pictures can be a very useful reference tool. All of this is really great for the hobby. Well, that's all I wanted to cover today. What did you think of this comparison of prices from today versus 20 years ago? Are there some other cars that you'd like to see featured in a similar comparison? Please let me know in the comments below. If there's enough interest, I can do a follow-up video comparing other car prices from then and now. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you like my content, I hope you consider subscribing, and if you do, make sure to ding the bell so you don't miss any notifications. And for even more interesting automotive content, look up @Automophiliac on Instagram. Thanks for watching. TTFN.